Hi, I'm Tim from THL. Today I'm going to show you through your home away from home. Let's take a look.
Firstly, the LDV comes with a bunch of keys. The vehicle remote, LPG locker key and the freshwater inlet key. Please keep all the keys together. Moving into the cab, this camper is an automatic LDV Deliver 9. It has a keyless ignition. The push button to start the engine is to the left of the steering wheel. The gear shift is on the right. To put the vehicle in park, press the button at the end of the gear shift. The handbrake is a push button located further to the right. To start the engine, put your foot on the brake and press the start button. The LDV features a touchscreen display with radio and Bluetooth, as well as Android Auto and Apple CarPlay connectivity via a cable connection. There is a USB port located underneath the screen, as well as a USB port to the right of the driver. Don't forget to bring your own cable if you'd like to use this feature. This camper features a reversing camera, which will show on the dash screen when in reverse. Make sure someone is guiding you when reversing and parking. Chances are this camper is bigger than you're used to driving. There are some handy stickers on the windscreen to remind you of the camper height and maximum speed allowed when driving. We don't recommend driving at dusk or nighttime, so be sure to arrive at your overnight destination before then. The lever to release the bonnet is inside the driver's door on the wall next to the footwell. The jack and tools to change the tyre are in the footwell of the driver's seat. Although this camper has an internal walkthrough, you still need to exit through the driver's side door after switching off the engine. Ensure you lock the driver's cab so the vehicle and cabin lights fully switch off. This will avoid a flat battery in the morning. When parking for the night, keep the keys in the rear of the camper with you. This will prevent the key draining the engine battery. The driver's cab seats swivel to the rear. In the passenger side door pocket is the first aid kit. We hope you don't need it, but it is there just in case. If you do open it, you have purchased it and can pay for it when you return to the branch. The handy quick reference guide is also in this door pocket. Moving outside, on the driver's side, here is the power inlet to plug into 240 volt power at a campsite. This is needed to use the microwave and internal power points. Plugging into power will also charge the 12 volt house battery. We recommend you do this on the first night to ensure the camper is fully charged. There is also a handy hook for the power cable. Up here is the external vent for the range hood. The wastewater outlet is down here. Wastewater is the water collected from the kitchen sink. The hose to empty the tank is stored at the rear of the camper. Here is the inlet to refill the freshwater tank. The hose to empty the tank is stored at the rear of the camper. We have filled the tank for you, ready to go. This is the external vent for the 12 volt house battery. Around on the rear of the camper is the reversing camera. Inside the rear barn doors, on the right, is the electrical wiring for the camper. You won't need to access this locker. On the shelf above the electrical locker is a 240 volt power point and the red 12 volt isolation switch. This switch needs to be on at all times to use the 12 volt appliances such as the fridge, house lights, water pump, range hood, stove ignition and house USB ports. There are USB and USB-C ports located throughout the camper, on the control panel, in the kitchen and by the bed. Since they are powered by the 12 volt house battery, they will work when you're not plugged into 240 volt mains power. On the left is the LPG bottle compartment. This supplies gas to the internal stove. Make sure the gas bottle is turned off when it's not being used and before driving. We've filled the LPG bottle up for you and you'll need to refill it before returning, unless you've purchased the refueling pack. The LPG shut-off valve is also located here. On the shelf above the LPG locker is the wastewater hose, freshwater hose, and 240 volt power cable. In between these lockers is a central access point to the main storage area, great for luggage or camping table and chairs if you've hired them. There is a cargo barrier to stop them sliding through to the front of the house. The dining tabletop is stored here. The release point for the spare wheel is recessed into the floor here. Around on the passenger side is a handy exterior light. The switch for the light is inside the sliding door. The fuel inlet is beside the passenger door. To access it, the passenger door must be open. This camper takes diesel fuel. Do not put any other substance in this inlet. We've filled the tank up for you and you'll need to refill it before returning, unless you have purchased the refueling pack. This vehicle also takes AdBlue. This may need to be topped up, especially if you're on an extended trip. An alert will appear on the dash. You must only put AdBlue into this AdBlue inlet. Now let's take a look inside. Use the sliding door to access the camper. There is an entrance step for the easy access. When closing the sliding door, make sure you use some force to close it properly. On the sliding door is an opening window with fly screen to let the fresh air in. This window is opened and closed from the inside of the camper. Push the lever in, hold and slide the window open or closed. To open or close the sliding door from the inside, press the lever on the handle in and then slide with some force. Inside the sliding door, you will see the fire extinguisher on the right. Directly in front are the seats for the two other passengers. Seatbelts must be worn at all times when driving. This is also where a child seat or booster seat can be fitted. Swivel the driver's cab seats, and this becomes the dining area, using the table that is stored under the rear bed. Above the driver's cab are the switches for the internal lights. The control panel and tank gauge are over the other side. This panel powers the fridge, reading lights, stove ignition, and water pump. Turn these switches on only when you need them. Leave the fridge switched on at all times. Above that is the gauge that shows the levels in the freshwater and wastewater tanks. Be sure to check this regularly. The house battery is separate to the camper engine battery. So if the house battery is getting low, don't worry, the camper will still be able to start. The kitchen features a gas stove, sink with cold running water, fridge, and microwave above the range hood. Below the kitchen bench in the drawers are drinking glasses and coffee mugs, cutlery and utensils, plates and bowls. In the overhead cupboards, you'll find some pots and pans, and electrical appliances. To use these electrical appliances, as well as the microwave, you must be plugged into 240-volt mains power. Make sure the drawers and cupboards are locked before driving. The fridge operates off the 12-volt battery when driving or parked up, and 240-volt mains power when plugged in at a campground. Over the other side is the fixed toilet with removable cassette. This camper features a permanent double bed in the rear. To access the bed, remove your shoes and step onto this seat, and then onto the bed. There is a reading light on each side of the bed, as well as a USB charging point on this side with net-style storage, handy for popping your phone into while charging. There are blinds on the rear windows, as well as a curtain to block out the driver's cab for nighttime. The second double bed is a rooftop tent. Access the bed through the internal hatch using the ladder provided. The tent features ambient lighting, USB charging ports, storage pockets, and windows with fly screens for fresh air. This bed has a maximum weight capacity of 225 kilograms. To finish, we'd like to share some helpful tips for your trip. We have a bunch of camper help how-to videos in the THL Road Trip app showing you how to use the specific features of your camper, such as operating the gas stove, emptying the toilet cassette, or setting up the beds. Make sure you watch these to get the most out of your camper. It's important that you book into a campground on your first night so you can plug into 240-volt power to fully charge your house battery, and then every 2 or so days to charge up again. The speed of the 12-volt battery drainage will depend on the climate and how often it is used. A full charge takes between 14 to 16 hours and needs to be done at a campground. We don't recommend driving at dusk or nighttime, so be sure to arrive at your overnight destination before then. Top up the fresh water and empty the wastewater every 1 to 2 days. Empty the toilet cassette every 1 to 2 days, or as needed. The wastewater tank and the toilet cassette must be emptied at an authorised dump station. If you are staying at a holiday park, you will have access to one there. Otherwise, use the THL road trip app to search for the closest one. Top up and empty at every opportunity and you won't have to worry about a thing. Lastly, always remember, have your keys with you when you're outside the camper and never leave them in the ignition. We want to make sure you're completely comfortable before you leave the branch. Please don't be shy in asking your branch host any questions and let them know if there's something you are unsure about. Once on the road, you can always call our on-road assist team. The number is on your key tag.
On behalf of everyone here at THL, have an incredible adventure.